let's go. Okay. Yeah. Hello, doctor.
Hello. You should be a dancer, yes?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen you before,
I
doctor. Yeah.
know. Yeah. I know you, Mr. Johnson. Yes.
That's right. That's correct. Yes.
I remember you. Okay.
Yeah.
I love dance. I love dance. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I came a few months ago, if you remember, and that was yeah.
I remember. How can I help you?
Well, it's you said I come back for my cyst. It's you said, called it a Baker cyst. It's behind,
You.
yeah, on the back of my
I.
knee.
Yes. You has got a Baker cyst. Yes.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
And I think it is getting bigger. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't feel different, but you know, it is. I think it has got bigger anyway, and
Okay.
well,
Okay.
it's very important for me, you know, in my job, how my legs look, and
Yes, of
well,
course.
yeah,
Yes,
I don't like it.
I really understand. You are a dancer. Well, apart from this cyst, have you experienced any other symptoms like pain?
No, not much more than before. It was just a nagging pain every now and again. And
Very.
I'm actually using the ice pack that you said. I had the physio. I have changed my shoes, but it's not working. I think it's getting bigger. And you
Okay.
know, I have a big tour coming up, so I will have a lot
Okay.
of
Well,
performances.
let me examine you at first, and then we'll discuss where to go from there. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Based on my examination, your cyst isn't any changed in size.
Hmm.
This is good news.
Okay. Uh, well, but yeah, this is my feeling anyway. And you know, I'm worried that this might get bigger because this tour is very intensive. I have to be dancing every night
Yes.
for 2 weeks.
I really appreciate your worries, but as I said before, based on my examination, the cyst is it's not bigger, and this is a good news. And I think you can continue your supportive treatment, and it's not necessary to use other treatment. Is that all right?
Yes, but
Very
you
good.
know, doctor, what other options do I have? I mean, is there anything else like a surgery or something I can do?
Mm, uh, uh, well, because your symptoms isn't changed, I think at this level it's not necessary to uh, uh, refer you to a orthopedic or sport manager for further evaluation. I want to reassure you that all of the symptoms isn't changed, and I we can continue with the supportive treatment like eyes, like supportive footwear. Is that all right?
Okay, so uh, you mean that I couldn't have a surgery then to have it removed?
It's not necessary at this stage, but if it's not, if it's necessary, I can refer you to a physician, doctor, or orthopedic surgeon for further evaluation. But at this stage, it's not necessary.
Right.
And yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, okay, doctor. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
No, that's it. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome. I want to see you again 3 months later for checking your Baker cyst. Okay?
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. You're
Okay.
welcome. Goodbye.
Bye. Okay. Good. How does that feel?
Mm, okay, good.
Good. Okay. Feeling good. What score do you give yourself out of 10?
7 to 8.
Okay. So what went well?
I try to have a good rapport and different from other role play.
Okay. Good.
Uh,
Yep.
and
You said I love to dance or I love dance. We can say I like dancing or I love dancing.
I love
Okay.
dancing.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So information gathering.
Uh, yes, good information gathering
Okay. And you said that
about the
well,
pain.
okay. You did you say did you use an open question to say okay, how have you been or how is it going or yeah. Oh,
No, no.
okay. So you just ask closed questions. Okay. You need to
Yes.
ask yeah at least one or two open questions. Okay. So how is it going and um so how have you been or how are you? Uh, wh- how do you feel about the cyst? Or okay, so well,
Okay.
an open question, and then you said, has it changed in size? Do you have any pain? Which is good. Okay, and then you explored the eyes, which was well. Two different things. One is that the patient thinks the idea that it is bigger, okay,
Yes.
and then expectation. What was the concern?
Uh, uh, maybe need may need to any surgery or I think
Okay, right. I mean, it's basically in exploring eyes. The idea was it's bigger. Okay,
yes.
and then what was the concern? I'm having a tour, and it might get bigger. Okay.
Yes.
And what was the expectation? Um, Surgery?
Yes. Remove of this is
Okay. Okay. Right. So you addressed two of them. You addressed the idea that the cyst is bigger. You said it's not. So it isn't any change. There isn't any change. And you said about removal or surgery. You partially addressed that. And about I'm having a tour. That was a cue you could have picked up. You could have said, okay, so you're worried about this getting bigger. Okay. Okay, structure was good
yes.
and information giving.
Yes. Good.
Okay. So in information giving, did you feel comfortable or did you feel you have any trouble?
Mm,
Did you have any uncertainty?
yes, I want to convince my patient about if the problem is worse, then he can use further treatment.
Good. Okay. Right.
But I don't. I can't explain this well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how could we say it? Now let's see. So the patient says, I think it's bigger. You said it isn't any change. Well, that's not. We don't say it isn't. Okay. You examine the patient. You measure the cyst. Okay. Okay. So you have measured the cyst. So
Yes.
you can say that. You can say, I have measured the cyst, and it doesn't look like it has changed. Okay. Uh, or it hasn't changed. Okay.
It hasn't. It has any. It doesn't have. It doesn't have any change. Okay.
No. Not have. We
It
say
doesn't have.
it hasn't changed. Okay.
It
It
hasn't.
okay. Now it hasn't changed. یعنی
Yes.
تغییر نکرد. Okay.
نکرده درست.
Okay. But which well, this is the normal way of saying it. This is the better way of saying it, but it's a bit a more complicated structure. It doesn't look like it has changed. Okay. So it hasn't changed, or it doesn't look like it hasn't. It has changed. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit یه کمی چیزتره به جای اینکه توی صورت مریضش فکر که نه من چک کردم این تغییر نکرده، نه به نظر نمیرسه تغییر کرده باشه. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a little bit less strong. So you say, I
Excuse me.
just,
It doesn't. It doesn't seem any change.
yeah, it doesn't seem like, okay. Yeah, look like means sim. Look means sim. Okay. It doesn't look like, it doesn't seem like it has
Seem
changed.
like. Okay.
Yeah, this is the best expression. It doesn't look like it has changed. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And then the patient says, having a tour, it might get bigger. So the patient is talking about it's a tour. It's 2 weeks, and it is getting bigger. Also, there is another concern that how it looks. Okay. How the leg looks, because the patient says, well, I'm a dancer and it's important how my leg looks. So there are two concerns. Basically, what you can say is, well, it actually doesn't look that big, so it's very unlikely to be seen. Or actually, yeah, it doesn't actually show that much. It doesn't cause much disfiguration, or so it doesn't actually affect your figure. Or you can say it doesn't look like it is affecting your figure, or it is having it doesn't look like it is changing your figure.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then surgery or removal of the cyst. Well, you can say, yeah, that could be an option, but that usually is the last. Okay, so we usually say when the patient says surgery, yes, that could be an option, but for now, okay. So you wanted to say that's something we could do later, okay? That was what you were trying to say. Um, so this is signposting,
Yes,
but for now, okay, that could be an option, but for now,
it's not
or
necessary.
yeah, at the moment, but now it is not necessary. So we could do that, okay, and you can use we could, okay, and remember this and that, okay. As first of all, make sure you use we. It means you and I together,
Yes.
and then we could means uh, it is possible, but we're not do that. We're not doing that, okay? Okay, but we
Yeah.
could do this later. So I've measured the cyst. It doesn't look like it has changed. And I understand your concern, and I'm sorry that you're feeling like this. I understand you think that it has affected your figure, but it doesn't look like it has actually it has any um, effect or any impact on your figure. Also, you're worried about this getting bigger. It is not very likely. So um, we use this a lot, which is it is an unlikely or it is very unlikely that uh, it changes in size so quickly. Okay.
Yes.
Now we don't say it will not. We say it is unlikely that it
Oh,
changes. Okay, that it would change.
okay.
So this is something we use a lot. This is structure. We say it is unlikely. So we don't say 100%. We say it is not likely or it is unlikely. And that's from uh, the preciseness point of view. I mean, you're precise because you can never say never. Second, from the medical legal liability, it's not something you have said as a fact and say that. So uh, remember, and fact versus opinion. If you say it will not get bigger, you're giving it as a fact, but it is unlikely that it gets bigger. It is an opinion. It means that this is what I think. Okay.
Yes.
So basically, you clarify this is your opinion. It is unlikely based on what I know. Okay. So yeah. So dealing with uncertainty, so you can never actually be 100% sure, but you can use likely or unlikely. Okay. Uh, Likely or unlikely, and you can always then say the
It's
possibilities. Okay.
it's more likely or less likely. Oh, yes.
That's right. Yeah. Or it is very unlikely, or it is you are very likely to get better, or you're unlikely to get any worse. Or yeah. So you can use likely, unlikely, and with very, with less, with more. Okay.
Yes.
So you can maneuver. Basically, so you can always say that could be an option, but for now we can do this. It is very unlikely, or it is unlikely that it gets bigger. But what we could do is to send you to see an orthopedic surgeon later after your tour. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, and then the reason we are not sending this patient for surgery is because, first of all, no surgery is 100%, and it might actually recur or return. Number two, all the surgeries have complications or have a risk of complications. And three, you will be out of work for a while, so you cannot be dancing after surgery. So there are different reasons why we don't choose it as a first option. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can say as the last option or as the last resort. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah, as a
Yes.
last resort. As a last resort, we can send you to have an operation.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right.